So with this very super simple setup, I'm just looking at basic price action. I'm looking for big full-bodied candles following in the direction of those candles. See another one right here, a nice move up. Another big candle here, starting to drift down. Big full-bodied candle here, move up. I'm also looking at big wicks like this candle for areas of rejection. Got a big wick here, tiny little body, move down. And then this is a free indicator from NINZA quick drawing tool. It allows me to put my favorite drawing tools on the chart, always there, and just click on it. If I want to make a horizontal line or a ray, those are really the only two that I ever use. Just click on it, draw a horizontal line. So I've got all my areas of potential support and resistance from the 15-minute chart drawn out before the market opens. So that's the 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart, and the 1-minute chart. I've got the solar wind with the exact same settings on all three charts. It's my special custom super short time frame, but looking across, solar wind is bullish on the 15-minute, bearish on the 5-minute, bearish on the 1-minute. Looks like it could be turning bearish here at the close of this 15-minute candle on the 15-minute. So ideally, they're all lined up, going in the same direction. Then I'm just looking at candle size, wick size, and areas of support and resistance, along with staying on the right side of the trend with the solar wind indicator. Then I've got my innovative ordering buttons down here, easy order entry. See, we closed bearish right there on that 15-minute. We were already bearish on the 5-minute and the 1-minute. We got a nice drop down at the open, almost 20 points. So depending on what mood I'm in, sometime I'll go with the bare essentials here, and then other times I've got my super mega chart up with all the bells and whistles, all my favorite indicators, all my favorite toys on one chart. I've gotten to the point after years and years of looking at charts where I could trade either way. I like to not be reliant on indicators, but I do like using them. Quite often I will see a lot more trading opportunities than I would if I was just trading purely price action. But if I had to use some other kind of software, or NinjaTrader X comes out and none of my old indicators work, I like being able to have the option of trading pure price action. So we are still bearish on the 15-minute and bearish on the 5-minute. So longer term, we're bearish. So we got 5 minutes before the next candle closes on the 5-minute, and a little under 10 minutes before the next candle closes on the 15-minute. So then what I'm going to be looking for is a solar wind red candle on the 1-minute for a short entry. That way all three time frames will be in alignment. We've got the first 5 minutes out of the way from the market open. Could be a good time to catch a little directional trade. There's a red solar wind candle. Put my stop above the high of the candle there. Gonna see if it's gonna come down and retest these recent lows here. We're not buttoned up against any major support and resistance. The next line is down here at 42. So that's what I'm doing when I'm scalping price action. Just looking for 10 points or so usually, putting my stop above the entry candle. The risk ratio isn't always 1-to-1. I just put my stop where it needs to be. The thing is, over the long term, I've got a 70 to 80 some percent win rate. So that works out for me. So here we made it down to our next support and resistance level that we drew. Price has already bounced up 10 points off this level. So you can see just drawing your own support and resistance levels off a higher time frame before pre-market can give you some good ideas of areas where you might get a little hold up, and also areas where if it does break through, it might continue on to the next area. In these basic price action concepts, I'm using this same kind of price action mentality even when I'm trading my crazy indicator mega chart. And having a strong grasp on basic price action helps me filter out any potential wacky indicator signals. So we're turning bullish on the solar wind 1-minute. The 5-minute is still bearish, but if we get above 87 or so, this could turn bullish. And if we get above this support and resistance line that we drew earlier, we could be headed back up towards this next area. So I'm looking at my lowest time frame for my entry, but I'm looking for confirmation on my higher time frames. If we turn bearish again on the 1 minute, we could take a short as we are in confluence already with the higher time frame trends. And if you didn't want to use the solar wind indicator that I'm using for a trend, you could use just a simple moving average, whatever you like that you feel comfortable with, showing you the general trend and being able to use that across 3 different time frames. So that candle did not print red. Also had a big wick. So if anything, I'm liking the move to the upside a little bit more at the moment. Just want to see it take out these latest highs here. 2 big wicks right there. Got big wicks on the last 2 5-minute candles as well. However, if we get a red candle here, all right, we're breaking below these wicks. That's bearish. Looks like this candle's about to turn bearish, close bearish. So all 3 time frames are aligned. Red, looking for a retest of the lows here. If the stop is too big, the risk-reward ratio just isn't worth it. I'll find another, looking at this area of support and resistance right here, where we open there, I'd probably move my target down to 64. We got filled before I moved the stop loss, but that's another technique. If we had the stop up here, the high of this candle, but if it's just too much and you don't want to get caught in a potential reversal, find another area, maybe on your higher time frames, where you could put your stop that gives it enough room to breathe, but is also a little bit more reasonable. So now I'm looking over here. We had another 15-minute candle close, red. If we can get a close below the support and resistance area on one of these charts, could signal a move down to the next level around whole number there. But there's just some examples of how I trade with price action and some basic simple charts, maybe with just one indicator, whether you want to use a moving average for a trend or something else, drawing your own support and resistance levels, and then being on the lookout for big wicks, full body candles, and multi-time frame correlation. All I have on this chart is the innovative ordering, the free quick drawing indicator from NINZA, and the bar status, which is also free, which just gives me a giant timer on the chart that comes in very handy, and then the solar wind. For the solar wind settings, the only thing I've changed is the multiplier trend and the multiplier stop. The multiplier trend is set to 0.5 and the multiplier stop is set to 1. Then I've just got everything disabled except for the bar and the bar outline. Everything else is turned off. And I'm using this same setting across all 3 time frames, 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute. And of course you could use other time frames, or you could use like a 300 tick chart, a 1000 tick chart, and a 2000 tick chart, or a 10 range, 20 range, 30 range, or a 500 volume, 1000 volume, 2000 volume, any 3 charts where you've got small, medium, and large. I hope you got some good ideas for your own trading. If you're enjoying this content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.